We're the Chews, and we've traveled to over 50 countries, always looking for the best experiences and real value along the way. This time, we're taking you through Cairo, where ancient wonders and everyday life sit side by side. We're showing you that Egypt is so much more than just the pyramids, though yes, you'll see those too. From the Great Sphinx and a walk through the Sahara Desert, to the Grand Egyptian Museum, El-Khalili Market, and some of the best food we've had in Egypt. We're covering it all. And as always, we'll be breaking down exactly what things cost so you can plan your own visit. Let's go. What's up, explorers? Welcome back to our channel. We're the Chews here from Choose to Explore, where we teach you guys how to see the world
and save $1.
So we are here in beautiful Cairo, Egypt, and this is my second time, but this is the Queen's first time, so we're super excited to show you guys everything that's here on the motherland. So we flew here with Egypt Air for 40,000 points per person and about $58. So really good deal one way. And in order to enter here, all we had to do was get a $25 tourist visa, and we breezed right through. So now we're here in the airport, and it's time to head out. So from the airport, we took an Uber to the JW Marriott, which is just like 5-10 minutes away. And we had to put our bags down because it's going to be a long day exploring Cairo. And shout out to our friends at the Honeymooners Club because their family is here and they allowed us to leave our bags here free of charge. So let's explore. Alright, so it's about 8 o'clock. We just took an Uber and it was like a 40-minute drive from the Marriott, but it was only like $6, which is amazing. But we made it here at the Great Pyramids of Giza and it is stunning, right? In order to enter, it was 700 Egyptian pounds, but here's a pro tip. If you guys have your student ID, bring it because it's half price. It's 350 Egyptian pounds to get into. So let's see what's in store for us today. So we're here and we're walking around, and as soon as we got here, there were so many people, even though we were here at 8 o'clock and it's Ramadan. But let me tell you, everybody just stays really at the Great Pyramid. So it's the first one, the really big one. People are entering, but we walked maybe like 5 minutes. We're at the second pyramid now. This is of Khufu, I believe it is. And this one is amazing, and we're literally, look around. Only us here. So keep walking, guys, and you'll see them. In total, I think that there are 9 total pyramids. So we'll see what we'll see here.
Alright, so actually, if it's your dream to ride a camel around the pyramids, it's definitely a billion opportunities to do so. Every time we turn around, there's somebody offering us a camel ride throughout the pyramids. So if you want to do it, definitely do it.
Yeah, there's tons of different opportunities here. One thing about Egyptians is they are very persistent. They'll come here and they'll give you many different offers and opportunities to participate in whatever they want you to do. So, yeah. So right behind us is the pyramid of Menkaure. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's the smallest pyramid that we've seen thus far. And you can actually enter this one. Actually, you can enter a lot of them. It's an additional fee, but I don't want to be in any booby traps, so I'm not going in there. So Liv and I are walking through the desert, and everybody's kind of looking at us crazy because we're not on the camels or the carriages, but we're just enjoying the views. But I will say that the prices are pretty reasonable. It's like 350 Egyptian pounds for the two of us, which is like $6 or $7, so it's not bad at all. But honestly, $7 to get on a camel in Egypt with the pyramids behind, I think it's definitely worth it. Alright, so we were walking through the desert and we made it here at the Panoramic viewpoint. And if you were wondering where the tourists are, they are here because it has an amazing view of all the different pyramids.
Yes, but definitely smells like horses and camels everywhere.
Stink and crowded. And next up, we made it here at the Great Sphinx, and this is amazing. It's over 4,000 years old, and if you see, it's missing a nose. I wonder who stole it. Was it you?
It was not me.
And this is amazing because it has the head of a person, but the body of a lion. So this is supposed to exemplify one of the kings. Just made it here at 9 Pyramids right here in the Giza complex, and it is amazing. This is definitely the best views of the pyramids that we've seen so far. We can actually see all 9. So you see the 3 main huge pyramids, and then you see the Queen pyramids, the 3 in the side and 3 in the back, and just an amazing view. Like, it's a restaurant and a lounge as well, so I highly recommend you come here. It's a little bit on the pricier side, but views like this definitely make it worth it. So to start, Liv and I got the hummus and the falafel, and then for mine I got beef rocoque because I didn't know what it was, pause, but I got it just because I wanted to try something new. And Liv got the mixed vegetable tagine, so loving it so far.
One thing we really recommend before coming to Egypt, figure out your accommodations early. Once you land, it can be a little overwhelming. We've been using a site called Plannin that's made trip planning much easier, especially for finding the best places to stay. It's completely free to use, and the listings are based on real traveler recommendations, not just generic reviews. You can even find exclusive deals, sometimes up to 40% off, that you won't see on the usual booking platforms. You'll find everything from hidden gems to trusted hotels in cities like Luxor and beyond. If you want to check it out, scan the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description to sign up for a free account. We think it's one of the best tools to help you save money and avoid stress when planning your stay. Big thanks to Plannin for supporting this video and helping more travelers book smarter.
Alright, so our next stop of the day is GEM, which is the Grand Egyptian Museum. But this actually is so new that it hasn't even opened yet. So I guess it's not even new, it's like pre-new. But this one cost us about 1,200 Egyptian pounds in order to enter. But unfortunately the King Tut exhibit is not opened fully yet. So we'll explore and show you guys everything that you want to see here.
Yes, nice little preview.
Alright, so we just got here at the Grand Egyptian Museum, and grand is a good word because this place is massive and humongous, right Liv?
Yes, huge, really tall ceilings, lots of light, lots of openings, lots of really cool things to see here.
I mean, when we walked in, the first thing that you see is the huge structure, grand structure. I actually have a picture of it last time I was in Egypt, laying down, and now they got it standing up with the water around it, and it's a grand entrance to walk into it. But we're going all the way up because we only got about 2 hours to explore here.
Also, they actually have a children's museum right here in the Grand Museum, and it's right here on the 2nd floor. So there's a lot of steps that you can climb up to go all through the main galleries, or you can take kind of like the escalator that rides right along it. And there's also another wheelchair accessible section next to that as well.
All right, now we climbed all the way from the bottom all the way to the top, and we are here in the main gallery, and walking up and down the stairs gives you a real good chronological history of a lot of the things that happened in Egypt. You see ancient Egyptian history all the way to like Roman invaders and things like that. And when you get all the way to the top, you see this beautiful view of the pyramids. Amazing.
Isn't completely finished just yet. They actually are going to be building a nice little pathway that goes from the Grand Museum all the way to the Great Pyramid, so it'll be really great to tie that in on the same day of your itinerary.
So we're in the main exhibit now, and the first part that you walk into is about 6,000 years ago. No, 6,000 BC, so really 8,000 years ago, where Egyptians were like hunter-gatherers, they were domesticating animals, and just showing you the kind of life that they were living at the time. All Alright, so we're going through. One thing that I will say about this museum is that it's really, really well organized. Like, we've been to a lot of museums where we couldn't really figure things out, but this is not the case with this one. It's a clear direction when you go 1 all the way to 12. It shows you different time periods, eras, rulers, and just how the people have evolved over time. And they also have a food court on the main floor. As we said, a lot of things aren't open, but it's good that you can come and get some food.
Alright, so this is a really cool museum to check out, from the hanging obelisk to the grand hall to the grand galleries, the main galleries. Then in the future they're going to have the King Tut exhibit as well as the Children's Museum. There's so much to see here, and also it's really close to the Great Pyramids.
Now, I think this is a great place to visit, especially if you try to get your mind around ancient Egyptian history, culture, and how they got to where they are today. This is the perfect place to go, because this goes from over 8,000, 10,000 years ago to present day. So definitely come and check this out right here in Cairo.
Yes.
Alright, so we left the Grand Egyptian Museum, and we decided to walk across the street to the Royal Great Pyramid Inn. And if you go all the way to the rooftop, they actually have a restaurant called Akemi that has spectacular views overlooking both the Museum as well as the pyramids. So amazing views. We'll probably sit here, chill for the sunset. I definitely recommend this, but wait, we'll tell you about the food a little later on. So we originally just came here for the view and for the convenience of being right across from the Grand Egyptian Museum, but let me tell you, the food did not disappoint either. So we both got drinks. I got a mango beach drink, and it was so good. I loved even the shape of the glass, and it was so good.
Yes, I ended up getting the latte with coconut milk, and it was really delicious as well. And also a fresh orange juice.
And then for appetizers, I ended up getting a creamy chicken soup.
I had the lentil soup, which was a really, really flavorful option.
Also, I had the dynamite whole shrimp, which is so good. The sauce on it, the crispiness, truly great flavors.
And for my main meal, I had the penne arrabbiata, which is a nice penne with spicy red sauce. And if you're not vegetarian, you can also add chicken to that too.
But the star of the show, once again, is going to be these views. Right now, the sun is setting, and you have this amazing view of the pyramid. So definitely come check this place out. And we made it here at El-Khalili, and this is like a local bazaar. There are a ton of different shops and people selling anything in the world that you can imagine. You name it, they got it, and they just want to take your money. So come here with some money to spend. Oh man, can they bargain and hustle here in Egypt. So on El-Khalili, living out, walking down, we ended up buying the traditional outfits because we wanted to, like, in a lot of different places you might have to cover up and stuff, so we wanted to be respectful, so we ended up buying the outfits. But we got walked down to somebody's shop, and he made us smell all of these perfumes and try all of these different things. Man, we ended up getting locked in his closet and ended up buying some perfume, but at least Liv said she'll end up using it.
Yeah, but we were definitely held hostage. It wasn't very comfortable. It wasn't very fun. He kind of just put the perfume in the bags and asked for our money.
Yeah.
Wrapped it all up tight. Basically, there was no.
Yeah, you know, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, but I got in Egypt. All right, so the sun just set. We just ate at a restaurant right across from the mosque, and it was cool hearing the prayers of worship and to see the beautiful different colors over the mosque while we were eating. But now that we're out of the mosque in that area, it is so dead because it's Ramadan. So everybody's eating right now and nobody is out. The whole streets are so quiet right now. It's crazy. All right, so shout out to Rania over at Marriott because she really held us down, and John as well, the concierge, because we ended up going to grab our bags. We ended to change because we thought that Egypt was going to be super hot, but as y'all can see, It's cold. I mean, like really cold, right, Liv?
Yeah, I'm very cold right now.
But we're here at our bus stop. We are taking Go Bus. It's about $6 per person in order to go from Cairo to our next destination, which is Luxor, Egypt. So let's head on now. All right, and 10.5 hours later, we made it here in Luxor. Man, this has been actually a really easy trip. Liv and I pretty much slept the whole ride. We had 2 stops over about 30 minutes, and I'm really happy because Luxor right now is a lot warmer than it was in Cairo. So thank you guys for checking out our channel. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, because now for the next video, we'll be exploring Luxor. So stay tuned, guys.